İstanbul'dan Midye Dolma'dan sevgiler.
Good morning guys, hope you're having an amazing day. It is Ping here. Today I'm in the city of Istanbul, and if you guys have watched my previous videos you'll know that this is one of the greatest food cities in history. And today we are going to go on another food tour here in Istanbul. I'm so excited. There are so many different places that I cannot wait to share and try with you guys. Let's go get some traditional Turkish food.
Yeah. Simit. Böyle 1, 2, 3, 4. Şurada da. Thank you.
First up today, we've gotten a traditional simit, which is a very common Turkish breakfast food. You'll see a lot of people eating it. We went to a place called Tarihi something. I don't know the name. It's very, very difficult to pronounce, but I will put it on the screen for you guys. And this simit looks absolutely delicious. As you can probably tell, it looks like a bagel that has just been coated with sesame seeds on the outside. It looks super toasty. I mean, just walking by the bakery, you just smell that freshly baked bread, and it smells so, so delicious. Let's go in and have a try. It's actually a bit hard on the outside because that sesame layer just creates this really hard coating almost. The flavor is just a little bit salty. It's not a very fluffy bread. I mean, simit is a very common item here. I'm not going to say that I'm the hugest fan of it, but I can see why it's appealing. I like the sesame flavor. I like that crunchiness on the outside. It's difficult to bite into though, so if you don't have teeth, this one may be a problem for you. We've come to the next stop. This is a place known as Menemen, and they serve eggs Menemen, which is like this, almost like a scrambled egg with tons of ingredients on the inside. But as always, we have some Turkish tea. Let's try it out. Oh, yes. That is just heartwarming, comforting Turkish tea in the morning. Nothing better than starting off breakfast with some local Turkish tea. Now let's move on to the menemen. First off, the bowl is hot. I did not realize that. I accidentally touched it, and yeah, it hurt. But this place, the Menemen, is supposed to be some of the best you can find in Istanbul. And Menemen is like this sort of scrambled egg with tons of ingredients on the inside. You can see tomatoes, peppers, and I chose the mixed meat. So there's fried meat, there's pastrami, and there's also sausage in the inside. But wow, this smells so strong. I can't wait anymore. Let's try this out. Wow. The eggs, they're so soft and runny. I've never tasted anything like this in my life. The ingredients, tomatoes, peppers, sausage, all the meats, those are great. But the egg is so soft. It's like eating cottage cheese almost. It's just so soft and melts in your mouth. Now, if they gave us a big loaf of toasted bread, this will go perfect. So let me just put my bread inside the eggs menemen. Let's try this out. It's basically like an egg sandwich. Crispy, crunchy bread. Put it in this soft, silky, buttery egg. Oh man, this is probably the best way to eat egg now. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. This might be my favorite way to eat egg. The number of ingredients they have, the tomatoes, the peppers, it just adds so much flavor to this egg. And obviously the oil and the sausage is dripping off the piece of bread. I mean, you can just see that right here. Oh, no. And the best part is that the sauce, because the egg's been cooking with that meat, it absorbs all that meaty juice. Oh yeah, this must try here in Istanbul. It's a bit far away from the central area. It took me about an hour to walk here, but wow, I'd walk 2 hours for this. That is so good. That was such a delicious breakfast. Never knew that eggs Menemen would taste so good. That buttery, silky smooth eggs. Literally the smoothest eggs I have ever had. We're gonna walk around a little bit and then I will see you guys when we eat again. What do you recommend? Recommend. Which one is the best?
Good.
Yeah.
Also good. Beef with the lamb.
Okay.
This good.
Okay.
Beans.
Okay.
Beans, lamb, rice.
Right.
Rice, right.
Can I get some of the beans? No, beans. I'll get rice.
Rice one.
And then one lamb. That lamb just disintegrates in your mouth. It is so soft, so tender. I mean, it literally just breaks apart so easily. No effort is required. And they don't put a lot of seasoning on it either. The lamb is pretty much just itself cooking in its own fat. So there's not much flavor to it. It's just pure lamb. They're letting the meat shine on its own. Super tender, super juicy. But like I said, if you're not a fan of that gamey, smoky lamb flavor, I don't think you'll be a fan of this. I literally don't need to chew. It just melts immediately. The lamb is so tender. I don't think I've ever had lamb this tender before, except in Turkey with the bayran from yesterday. If you're toothless, this lamb is not a problem at all. You don't need to chew it. It just disintegrates once it enters into your mouth. No effort required, no calories burnt. You're purely ingesting calories, no exercise, no jaw workout needed. Wow, that is just melt in your mouth lamb. I think the best combination, you put the lamb on top of the rice. After that, put some beans on top of that tomato flavor and take one big bite. Oh yeah, that's just comfort Turkish home cooking right there. It's simple ingredients. Like I said, the lamb, it's really just the lamb itself. That's the only thing I'm tasting. But it's so tender, melting in your mouth. Add the tomato flavor from the beans, and wow, that is a party in your mouth. I think there's no doubt that that was a delicious, flavorful, simple meal that you could find home cooking in Turkey. But whether it's worth 73 liras is definitely debatable. I'm not sure if they ripped me off because I'm a foreigner, but 73 liras is definitely way more than the ingredients put into that. So I'm not sure why it was so expensive. I will say it's good. I don't know if it's 73 liras good. Alright, let's go to our next stop. Next place we've come to is a place known as Tarihi Kalkanoglu Pilavi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correct, but I will put it below. Now this place serves pilav, rice pilav specifically. And I mean, just looking at it, it smells so good. The store itself has been open since 1856. So if that gives you any idea how old this place is, I mean, if you've been open for over 200 years, you gotta be doing something correctly. So, wow, I'm so excited to try this. I'm just gonna go in for the rice first. Let's try it out. Oh my goodness. That's some of the best rice I've ever had. It's so oily, it's seasoned so well. You can see all the specks, the pepper inside, and it's absorbed all that meat juice from the meat on the very top. Let's try the meat out. That meat is so tender, and it's the same exact flavor as the rice. That rice really has been absorbing all that meat juice. I'm pretty sure that they've been cooking it in the same exact pot, but wow, this is just so good. It is the rice, that flavor behind it, that oily, greasy, umami flavor. I didn't know you could infuse meat juices into rice so strongly. Wow, that's the best pilaf rice I've ever had. There's no doubt about it. Oh man, that is so delicious. This place of rice and meat, 18 liras. Totally, absolutely worth it. I mean, wow. The portion isn't exactly huge, but man, they may be small in size, but the might of their flavor, the might of the flavor of that rice. I mean, wow, I've never had such meaty rice in my life. It's like pellets of meat juices all absorbed into this rice. Delicious. Some of the best rice I've ever had.
Do you want some? Do you want some? I don't think it's good for you. This probably isn't good for you. It's really oily, really unhealthy. So let me take the risk for you. And if I get a heart attack, then I will have saved you from a heart attack, right? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. It was very delicious.
Teşekkür ederiz. Hoşçakalın.
Thank you.
Nothing makes me happier than a 200-year-old store serving delicious pilav rice for only 18 liras. I mean, there's a reason that stall has been open for such a long time, and it's for a good reason. Right off of Istiklal Caddesi, the main street here on the Northern European side. Wow, I am so satisfied. Let's go get more food. Night has fallen over Istanbul, and we've come to one of the most famous stores here. This is Midye Dolma. They serve midye, which are mussels, and the guy who makes it, the restaurant, he's called the king of mussels. He makes the best Midye Dolma, which is the stuffed mussels in all of Istanbul. He's just opening it up. Oh, it smells delicious. We have a lemon. Squeeze a bit of that lemon on top. Alright, time to go in. The rice is nice and starchy. Got a bit of flavor on it. The mussels are fresh, delicious. That hint of lemon. The lemon not only goes well with seafood, but it helps cut down on the super fatty, oily types of rice that they have on the inside. Oh wow, this is so satisfying. I mean, breaking apart each shell, I mean, it's so amazing. And then you see the rice is just stuffed, packed, jam tight inside the mussel. There is no escaping. It is so tight. I mean, these are like addictive mussels. You've got to go for another one. I think that might be the best way to eat mussels. I know some people like white wine with their mussels, but man, Turkish stuffed mussels, that's the best way to go now. That's the only way I'm gonna eat my mussels now. And of course the lemon just has that bit of zest, which I love with mussels. The best part is about how affordable these mussels are. One mussel is 1.5 Turkish lira. So for 10 mussels, I paid 15 Turkish lira, which is an amazing deal. I mean, you cannot get fresh mussels for such a cheap price. I don't think anywhere else on the planet. Wow, I mean, this is really delicious. And that peppery, oily rice, that just makes it so much better.
20.
Sorry?
20. Thank you. It's really good. Really good.
When you have 10 and you think that it's not enough, What do you have to do? Get 20 of them. I don't think I've ever been so happy in my life.
İstanbul'dan Midye Ahmet'ten sevgiler.
Yes, thank you. It was delicious. Delicious. I don't think I've had mussels that delicious before. I have never been this happy in Istanbul. When you come here, you have to go get the mussels. That is like a must-do at that point. I thought I was just gonna go for 10. I had to get 20 more. It was just way too good, way too addictive. Once you start, you can't stop. Just know that you're gonna be spending a lot more money than you expect there. What do you recommend?
Mix.
Sorry?
Mix.
Mix? Yeah.
Recommend.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay. Can I have one of this? And then, okay, sure. Can I get one of this?
Okay.
Our final stop for the night, we have to get some Turkish dessert, and we've come to a place known as Karakoy Guluoglu. They've been open since 1820, so that is literally, this year, they've been open for 200 years. That is insane to imagine, and you can see the classic like interior with all the like laid out amazing desserts. We've got a lot of desserts today. We've spent 59 liras on 6 small baklavas and 1 baklava pie, plus an entire glass of tea. Now, of course, no Turkish dessert is complete without some tea, so let's go ahead and try some tea out first. Oh, always good. I mean, it's not exactly a cold night, but Turkish tea just warms your soul up. It is the best way to start any meal, any dessert, anything. Alright, let's first start with the baklava. They gave me a mixed assortment of baklava so I can try out the different types of baklava. I want to first try out this green roll. It looks really, really interesting. Alright, let's give this green roll a try. So I think the reason that the roll entirely is green is because they put so much pistachio, because wow, that literally tastes like one very big rolled up pistachio with some sugar sprinkled in. That is so strong. If you are a pistachio lover, I mean, that's the one you've got to go for. That is literally a cylindrical pistachio, except with some sugar on top. That is it. There's this one where you can clearly see the pistachios on top. It's very clearly well refined, and I'm not sure what's on the bottom, but let's try it out. Pistachios are toasted. They are nice and perfect. The bottom part is like some little pieces of like crispy dough almost. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it, but wow, the texture, it's crispy pistachios plus crispy dough mixed in some syrup that is super sweet. Oh, that is really delicious. That is, yeah, like I said, but for both of these, if you love pistachios, you're gonna enjoy this because there is so much more pistachio than there is layers of dough and pastry. Alright, next one, we're gonna go with our classic baklava. This is the one that looks pretty ordinary. Give this a try.
Hello, my friend. Bon appetit.
That's my favorite one so far. Perfect balance between pastry and pistachios. The pistachios are actually quite large, not ground up like the ones at Hafiz Mustafa. So, oh yeah, that is my favorite one so far. Let's look at this one. This one looks like, literally looks like a dumpling. It is in the shape of a dumpling. Let's cut it in half. Give this one a try. Oh yeah. That's like a pistachio dumpling. A sweet pistachio dumpling almost. The skin is super flaky like all the baklavas here. But the inside of the pistachios are just ground up so nicely. Oh wow, yeah, that is really good. And of course, you gotta go for the super big baklava pie. I'm so excited. I saw this, I knew, wow, I had to go in and get it. Let's try this out. Oh yeah. Imagine that traditional baklava, but super stretched out to the point that it becomes a triangular slice of cake almost. Oh, that is delicious. Wow, okay. I have to say, I prefer the baklavas at this shop than the ones at Hafiz Mustafa. I think what they do here is really good. The pistachios, you really get that strong pistachio flavor, especially on the ones where like pistachio is clearly exposed. Like there's no other alternative. Get that and some Turkish tea, and wow, this is literally the dessert of a lifetime. That's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more food and travel videos. I've had an amazing day eating around Istanbul, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all these foods, and it helps if you're traveling to Istanbul. Okay, I will see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.